Hi besties, welcome back to Tales by Becky. Today's story is one that will change your heart. When Amara was born, she didn't cry. The midwife waited. Her mother waited. But the baby only opened her eyes, wide, calm, and quiet. The women around the mat were confused. One whispered, "This child is strong." Another one said, "No, something is wrong." But the old midwife shook her head. No child entered this world without tears. Crying is the first breath of life. Still, Amara made no sound. Her mother, Adora, held her close and said softly, "I will cry for both of us." As Amara grew, she stayed silent even when pain came. When she fell and scraped her knees, she smiled. When other children mocked her for being quiet, she turned away. Even when she was left out of games, people started to fear her. They said she was born with a spirit too strong for a child. Some said her silence was a blessing. Others whispered it was a curse. But Adora only said, "My child is special." Amara loved her mother deeply. They did everything together: fetched water at the stream, cooked with laughter, shared roasted corn in the evening breeze. Even without tears or many words, their hearts spoke the same language. But one day, Adora fell ill. At first, it was just a cough. Then she began to grow weak, her laughter fading. Amara tried everything: herbs, prayers, songs. She remembered her mother singing, but nothing worked. She watched her mother fade, quietly holding her hands, never leaving her side. And when her mother finally took her last breath, the whole village heard the cries of others, but not Amara's. She just sat there, eyes open, holding her mother's cold hand. Her face didn't move, her voice didn't come, her eyes stayed dry. The villagers pitied her. Some said she was heartless. Some said her tears were trapped by spirits. One night, an old woman, Mama Ejima, came to her hut and sat beside her. She looked at Amara for a long time and said quietly, "My child, if you never cry, your pain will find another way out. The heart can drown in its own silence." But Amara only stared at the ground. She didn't understand what the old woman meant. Weeks passed. Amara stopped eating. She wandered to the river every evening, the same river she once visited with her mother. One evening, as she sat there, she heard something. Soft at first, then clear. It was her mother's voice. "Amara." She looked around. No one was there. The river was still, but it shimmered as if it recognized her. She leaned closer, and the voice came again. "Amara, why are you hiding your pain?" Tears filled her eyes, but she blinked them away. "I'm not hiding," she whispered. "I just don't know how." Then the wind blew stronger, the river rippled, and in the reflection, she thought she saw her mother smiling. At that moment, something broke inside her, a wall she didn't know she built. Her chest tightened, her lips trembled, and finally she cried. Not one tear, but many. Years of pain poured out all at once. She cried until she couldn't breathe. She cried until her body shook. And as her tears fell into the river, it began to glow faintly, like the water was crying with her. When she woke up the next morning, she was still by the river. The air was cool, the world was quiet. The villagers found her there, sitting with her head on her knees, eyes red and cheeks stained with tears. When they saw her crying, they were silent, not in fear, but in awe. The girl who never cried had finally cried. From that day, Amara smiled differently. She laughed when she was happy. She cried when she was sad. And the villagers said her tears were beautiful, like drops of the river itself. They began to call her the girl with the river eyes because her tears no longer scared them. They reminded them that even silence can heal. The moral of the story: even strong hearts need to cry. Crying doesn't make you weak, it makes you human.